But they've gone back to the web shooters in the new movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding.
Honestly, it's true.
So Stan, you were right.
So how do they justify that with the future?
It's not,
They rebooted the...
It's a restart, yeah.
When they restarted Spider-Man, they made
Why do you know more about it than I do?
But they restarted it. They introduced the web shooters.
In the next movie?
In the new,
the one that came out this
the one
year.
that you did as the librarian, they introduced it
I
as
didn't
web.
see that.
Yeah, it was.
You mean in the movie that's out they
Yes.
did it?
Yeah.
Come on,
I
Stan.
saw the movie, I don't remember. I was so busy, I guess, looking for my scenes.
That's right, yeah.
I gotta see the movie again.
All right. Good.
Anyway.
Good one. Let's see. Well, yes, sir.
Can you comment on your appearance in The Big Bang Theory?
Oh, I heard you. We're sitting right actually. Would I comment on my appearance in The Big Bang Theory? An appearance that shook up all of Hollywood. I never had more fun. Those people were so nice and such fun to work with. A funny thing about it, though, as you may know if you've seen The Big Bang Theory that I was in, I play a guy who's very annoyed when whatever his name is, the star of the movie, and his girlfriend come to my door to speak to me. And I say, you know, what do you want or something? And then I say, Jody, call the police, because it looks like they're trying to get in. So I received so much fan mail from readers saying, we thought you were a nicer guy. Don't you care for your fan? They got all indignant. And so I better watch out what roles I take from now on. I don't want to turn off all the fans.
I can add to something like that. And it's funny because he has a housekeeper named Alicia. She's been with him for years.
Excuse me, can you people hear him? It sounds to me like you're talking so low I can hardly hear you.
He has a housekeeper named Alicia for the last 20-plus years. And she saw the episode of what he was talking about. And then one day, a few weeks later, I come by the house. Max, I got to tell you something. I go, what? He goes, some kids came over here asking for Mr. Lee's signature. And I said, don't come back here again, because he doesn't live here. I live here. Don't come back. And it was just so funny with it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's construction guys that work across the street that are building this beautiful house. And when I showed up, they came over and they said, hey, do you think it's okay that Mr. Lee signs a couple of books for my kids? I'm like, why don't you ask him? Oh, no, we were here the day the housekeeper came out. I was like, it was funny as hell. But it's fun. It's fun seeing little things like that.
But I love being on that show. My big frustration was they didn't let me keep the pajamas or bathrobe I was wearing that had the 4 on them.
You did.
They did let me have it?
You have
Where did I put it? Oh, I'm not frustrated. I don't have the world's best memory, which will surprise you.
He has a vast collection. That's why he does it. He just puts it in there. Let me see, somewhere in there.
It's next to the Hugh Hefner robe.
I have a cap, though.
Yeah,
I have the cap that I wore in Thor when I drove the truck that couldn't move the hammer, and I brought it with me. I should have worn it now. It's in my suitcase in case I had to walk outside and it was snowing.
That's I consider that one of the best. That's probably the funniest cameo.
That was a funny one.
Yeah, I mean, instead of, the truck, the back end breaks off, and then it's you. Did it work? Now, did you film the cameo for Thor 2 yet?
Thor 2, no.
Not yet, no. But Iron Man 3, that's done.
The Iron Man 3 is done, and I can't wait to see what they'll have me do for Thor 2.
Yeah.
I'd like to be an Asgardian. I'd like to be one of the gods in the background.
The Grand Vizier.
Oh, that'd be nice. When Odin takes his great Odin sleep.
Mr. Lee, when I was about 7, my next-door neighbor asked me, do you like comic books? And I said, yeah. So he goes, well, my son isn't interested in comic books, so here. He handed me Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 50. My mother, when she got home from work that night, said, you're not supposed to be taking things from strangers. Go give them back to him. Could you please look at this camera and yell at my mother?
I gotta tell you, so many people So many people have told me that they could have the greatest collection, but their mother made them throw it out. I'm even dumber. My mother didn't care. I could have had all the comics I wanted. I was too stupid to save them. In fact, none of us saved them. In those days, we had an office that was the size. We had the smallest office you could ever imagine. We were crowded in there. And there was no room to put anything. And all the comics that didn't sell, the distributor would send back to us. So one day we'd get a stack of books like 10 stacks, that size. We had no place for them. Guys would come up to deliver sandwiches from the drugstore below. Hey, kid, on your way out, take these books. And the same with the artwork. The printer sent us back the original artwork. Hey, fella, take this artwork, will you? We have no room for it. And all that stuff was, none of us had any idea that one day we would be so celebrated and our work would be so valuable. In fact, I think I'm far too good to be talking to these workers.